right? For 1 month every summer there was no TV. Can you imagine? They would just stop it. I'd go mad. A month of no MTV. Actually, I could go and lay in the sun then and not work for a month. But anyway, James Lavelle, the man behind my wax. Look, I found him backstage.
What's up?
How are you? Are you tired?
Cool. I'm tired, yeah. It's pretty mad ass night last night, but it's cool.
I missed it. I was in bed. Oh no, I'm such a lightweight. But anyway, about my wax. Now, you guys are working together with A&M kind of thing, right?
Yeah.
So, what's happening with all that? When are you guys going to release stuff? Or I mean, I don't really understand this whole. Can you explain it a little bit?
What it is Mo Wax was originally an independent record company, and a load of bands came along which were currently popular now, like Portishead and Tricky, which labels like ourselves wanted to get involved with but couldn't because you didn't have enough money. And I got to a position where I wanted a support structure for the label so that when you had acts which were more commercially accessible but were still exciting, you could support them. So A&M basically support the label. They pay for what we need to be paid. You know, they sign the acts, they give them better budgets than you could do. You know, it's gone from like making records for 500 quid, you know, and £1,000 to actually having to think about it and, you know, structure a record properly. And
so, but they're definitely totally in the background. They're not going to interfere with what you got. I mean, because you guys, you know, you're very good at what you're doing. You won't have anyone butting in on that, will you?
No, we got really, really good creative control with them. It's really cool.
Good, because I wouldn't like to see a change. And there was a bit of confusion, right? Because I understood that you had some other labels, but do you now or not? No. There's only one label.
There's Mo Wax, and then there's just imprints within Mo Wax. Like you've got Def Jam, and then you've got loads of little, you know, imprints from Def Jam.
By the way, I also heard something about you were doing some stuff with the Beastie Boys, or was that?
Yeah, we're going to go and record my two partners an album called Uncle in LA with Mario and Money Mark and all those guys. So in about 2 weeks, just a break, month in there, you know, just doing some mad shit. So it'll be cool.
Sounds good. Oh, I like those boys. I like to meet them.
No,
I think
cool.
they're cute. One other thing before we go, because we're going to go and play a video now. We would have loved to play one of your videos, but there aren't any of Mo Wax. Is that going to change now with A&M behind you?
Yeah, we've got all that shit coming out soon. It's all good.
And of course, you'll see it first on Party Zone, I'm sure. Right? Yeah, he says. No, you will.
You will.
You will. But anyway, so we can't play any of your videos, but we'll play one of your favourite videos.
Yeah, Massive Attack, Unfinished Sympathy.
There it is, enjoy it. I just found John Sarkane, yes, the man from Depth Chart. So, what are you doing here?
I was invited, that's what I'm doing here.
Come on, you've been DJing, right?
Yeah, earlier on, well, last night I should say, it sort of feels like earlier on because I didn't sleep, so...
Okay, now before we start talking about your DJing, just a quick thing, the style of music that you make, that you're into, I mean, do you think it's bad to call it trip-hop? Do you think that's a horrible term?
A horrible term? I don't know, I mean, it's like someone made a name for it because then people feel comfortable with it, so... Yeah,
because I keep thinking that I'm going to offend people, like when the whole jungle thing started and I mentioned jungle, they went, ooh, don't call it jungle, it's inner city music, or ooh, it's this or that, and in the end you just get scared to mention a term because you think you're going to offend people, but no, you're not like that.
No, I mean, people can call it what they want. I mean, I went to a Tricky gig a few weeks ago, and he was shouting, does everyone love trip-hop? And then everyone, yeah, and he went...
Well, you know, if you don't call it trip-hop though, how would you call it? No, see?
There's no, you know, it's like, why do you call hip-hop hip-hop? I mean, it's just a take on a name, isn't it, really?
Okay, so, but what, I mean, it seems that the people over here are quite kind of getting into that style of music, because I've heard quite a few DJs, also today, earlier, like, play that style. It's quite odd, isn't it, in Iceland to see that really taken off already?
I think people have had a lot. I mean, there's a lot of fast music about it, especially in Europe. I mean, they love a bit of speed, and these days they're kind of getting a bit away from that. I mean, there's like another question, like, what is trip-hop? I mean, there's different sorts of music, you know. So everyone's putting everything under one banner, and I think a lot of people are trying to do different things. They're all different, so it's difficult to say.
And what about you? I mean, now the album's out. Do we have to wait another 6 years for your next one? What's going to happen with that one?
It's a good question. I should have another album in the new year. I mean, that album was basically like a compilation of sort of older stuff. So.
God, you're a bit fast all of a sudden.
Some people say that.
Anyway, what can we play? Oh, we can play Bounty Killer. Should we go and play that?
It's up to you, isn't it? It's your music, you know, you can do it if you want.
Yeah, I quite like to see that. So here it is. Check it out. Thank you very much.
That's alright, no problems. I'm gonna go to sleep.
Right. Release.
God, it's loud. Hope you guys can still hear me. Anyway, I'm backstage at the festival in Iceland. I just found a man who's a famous journalist, and he's a DJ, and he's a professional nutter. You've just been the wildest here at the festival. I think you should get an award for that.
Really? Oh, yeah, well, you know, you've got to enter into the spirit of things, haven't you, really? It's sort of
So what do you think of Iceland then, eh?
great what I've seen of it, yeah. But it's like a hotel room most of the night, and it's just like another screen tour, isn't it, really?
He arrived in Reykjavik, goes to his hotel room, and there was... What
No
was
bed
that?
in it. Yeah, there was no beds. So, not that we ever see them, so they sort of preempted us on that one.
I know, they must have heard about you and thought, well, either he's gonna, you know, he's gonna trash and have big parties in there, or he's just not gonna sleep, you know, just not even get in it, so I may as well give him an empty room.
Right, yeah, so, you know, it's been all systems go since then, and you were on the coach trip, weren't you?
I was on the coach strip and he was showing everyone a toilet he bought.
Yeah, a little toilet with a puffin on it, and, you know, I think I was going to give it to my mum, but I don't know. I might hang on to that one.
With a little, what's it, a gerbil in there, actually?
No, this is the gerbil.
I
I'm
mean,
not going to say who it's inspired by. No.
do you know what? That plane is going to crash in a minute. That is just a kamikaze pilot. He's completely mad. Oh, right.
So anyway,
Oh, right. What about your music career? What's all
right.
it?
well, we're doing our album at the moment, you know, Secret Knowledge, and I spent like,
He's doing it on purpose, you know. It only happens when you're trying to talk to you. You know what I mean?
I know. No, I'm doing my album at the moment, and I've sort of nearly finished it, and it's got about another 2 tracks to do, and it's coming out on Deconstruction later in the year, and there'll be a single out in October, and you know.
So that's probably, I mean, with the DJing, the music, the writing, that's probably why you don't sleep. Otherwise, you wouldn't have time to do all these things.
Time, you know, because I've got to do, you know, I do my journalism, and then DJing at the weekend, and then studio in the weekdays. So it's sort of like trying to fit it all in, really. You know, it's just a bit of a schedule.
That's rock and roll for you, basically. Anyway, we want to go and play a special video for you. Anything you want to see?
Yeah, I think we'll have Rocks, Primal Scream. We've got to really, get your rocks off.
Got to really, don't you? Gosh, God, you're a good friend, eh? Well, anyway.
Well, they're DJing now, aren't they? And it's like, it doesn't often happen, but we've formed a DJing squad now, which is me, Bobby, Andrew, Murray, Grant. It's called the Scream Team, and we're going to be doing like DJ gigs after this weekend. You know, that's going to, because it worked really well. You know, and they're having a whale of a time. So, also it saves rehearsing and getting the band together, doesn't it?
Well, anyway, here is Primal
Oh,
Scream.
they kill me.
Thank you very much, Chris.
Oh, thank you very much.
Nutter, great, love it, love
I've got a
it.
blue nose.
Yes, you have a very blue nose. You're completely blue. So now my hand's really aching. I must have, like, I don't know, done something weird. I don't know, nerve trapped. Anyway, people from Berlin. Oh, I love Berlin. It's such a great place, but so is Iceland. Now, hold on. So you rap on the Mowgli track. Cook, superb tune. And you're from the label, actually. This is Alec Empire, and you run Digital Hardcore, right? And that's the label that Mowgli came out. That's a superb track, by the way. What else is happening with the label?
We signed a lot of Berlin digital hardcore bands. This is not so much jungle like the Mowgli track. It's more harder and more distorted. It's a bit, the connection to punk is there, I think. Like acts like the Sonic Sub Junkies. Then we have our own band, Atari Teenage Riot. And yeah, there's a compilation coming out in September. It's gonna be very good.
So what happened last night? You guys played with the Atari.
Teenage Riot.
So how was that? How did people react to that over here in Iceland?
Very good, I think.
Yeah?
I mean, they went mad. I think they are very open to other stuff as well, and they need hard music.
So, I mean, I have to admit, I haven't heard anything of you guys. So it's punk. Is it just pure punk, or is it kind of it's dance influence?
I mean, we call it digital hardcore. It has guitars on top. It has like fast break beats, but we don't call it dance music so much because people dance pogo to it. I mean, it's not this dance floor thing as you know it, but it's not so early 90s dance music.
Sounds interesting anyway. Well, we're going to go and watch that video from Mowgli. I love that. It's great, great track. So, which one is it?
It's Cook Cook from the Mowgli.
Check it out. The end of another dance, and look who I found backstage. Bobby Gillespie from Primal Scream, and the guys were part of the Scream team that Chris was talking about earlier on. What is all this stuff? So I didn't even know you DJ'd. Is that just me, like, not knowing what the hell is going on? Is that? So what's all this stuff? Because every time I hear you guys play, like, you play the total opposite from what everyone else plays here. Everyone's playing, like, all the trendy dance stuff, and then you guys go on. He played, what was it again, the March Over the River? No, the thingy over the River Kwai. It's total madness here, backstage at the Iceland Festival. I don't even know the name of it, but it's some Icelandic weird festival with loads of weird people. Oh, excuse me, there's a friend of yours. I was just trying to do an interview with him, and he's just butting in. What are you here to do then?
What am I here to do? I'm here to look at the sky, sleep in the glaciers, talk to the girls, distribute the funds, re-sequester my arms. I'm here to have a good time, hopefully.
What do you think of the whole thing up to now? Have you, by the way, have you had a chance to, like, do sightseeing and all that? Have you just been, like, having a ball up here and staying awake and being mad?
Yeah, just hanging out with my friends, really. That's all.
I know it's quite boring. What's going to happen with Primal Scream now? What are you doing with them?
Going to get a plane at 8 o'clock in the morning. Back to London.
Come to Iceland for some inspiration.
Did you get inspiration in Iceland?
Oh, yeah.
You look very inspired. Well, anyway, great interview, and I'm a fantastic interviewer. I get so much out of these guys. I'm very proud of this one. But anyway, that's it for dance. What video can we go and play? Do you know anything?
Primal Scream, don't fight it, feel it.
Well, that's it then, basically. I'll see you guys. I'll see you back next week.
Reykjavík. En þú, sjónvarpið?
Sjónvarpið? Er það RÚV?
Já.
Er þetta Flauel? Cool.
Er búið að vera gaman?
Já, það er búið að vera geðveikt. Það er búið að vera
Og eftir, takk.
Þetta er bara að tjóka. Má ég sjá kameran rúlar? Ég fíla mig ekkert inn að einhverju feiki, sko.
Þú voru góð tónlist?
Ég fíla ekki techno. Ég fílaði GCD í gerð. GCD, unnur þetta drall, þetta var langbæst. Þetta var rockið.
Góð skemmtun.
Já, takk fyrir. Yes.
Búið að vera gaman?
Æðislegt.
Rúv.
Það er búið að vera ógeðslega gaman.
Af hverju?
Af hverju? Ég veit ekki hvað ég var að segja.
Eitthvað að lokum?
Ég veit það ekki.
Takk fyrir.
Já, bye. Flauel. Hvar er flugan? MTV.
Nei. Hvað er þetta að gera?
Ég ætla að reyna að skrifa eitthvað, það er ekki hægt að sanna þessu, þetta er bara búið. Hvað er skrifað fyrir ykkur? Það er skrifað UXA.
Getur skrifað Flauel?
Ja, Flauel þá. Ja.
Þú átt ekki nóg tangrim í þessu?
Nei, ég á ekki nóg tangrim í þessu. Það vantar nefnilega.
Þetta var samt mjög gott fyrir hann.
Ertu í lögstunni? Nei, ég er ekkert í löggunni.
Ertu í hljóðstinni pólís?
Nei, ekki heldur. Ég er bara óbreyttur
borgari. Hvað skemmtu?
I'm from Oklahoma, and I came here to see Björk. I'm hoping that I'll get to meet her and Björk will marry me this evening. But I know that she has to get back to a concert in Detroit, so you know, we gotta get married fast. I don't know. It's a cloister. That means that there are monks here, so I know they can give us a wedding.
Tjaldið mitt. Besta tjaldið heimi. Æ.
Það búið að vera gaman?
Já.
Hvers vegna?
Góð tónlist og bara gaman. Það var kveikt í tjaldinu okkar. Svefnpokinn minn er ónýtur. Ég er heimilislaus. Help me. Ég meina ef hljómsveitin sem er í Eyjum myndi vera einna sinnaði myndi koma ekki. Þannig sko. Það væri bara frábært að hafa þetta árlega sko. Það væri frábært að hafa UXA bara 96 og 97 og 98 og 99.
Góða skemmtun.
Takk.
Búið að vera gaman?
Það er búið að vera rosalegt á klustri. Þetta UXA, ég vond að vera hverju ári.
Finnstu Flauel góð þáttur?
Flauel? Hverju? Hverju viku. Ég elska Flauel. Flauel. Ég elska þig.
Og tónlistin búin að vera góð?
Tónlistin búin að vera ágætt. Ég er ennþá að bíða eftir Björk, sko. Björk, ég kom sérstaklega við Björk. Björk er geðveik, hún er ofgóð.
Það er bara geðveikt. Geðveikt.
Af hverju?
Það var svo gaman, það er svo mikið fólki, það er svo góð tónlist og það er bara geðveikt. Rosalega gaman. Ýmislegt.
Hvernig var í gærkvöldi?
Það var best. Það var mjög betri í kvöld. Björk og allir bara. Prodigy og allir bara. Geðveikt í kvöld. Miklu betri í kvöld.
En hljómsveitin í gær, hlustaðu hvað þar?
Atari Teenage Riot, það var best. Það var best.
Hvað?
Atari Teenage Riot. Það var best.
Já.
Það var rosa gaman að það. Geðveikt.
has been waiting in a mountain for the right moment. And listening to the irritating noises.
Þetta hefur gengið svona stórslysalaust. Flestir af okkur hafa ekkert sofið svona nema kannski klukkutíma og klukkutíma frá því á fimmtudaginn. Þannig að við erum að reyna að klára þennan pakka þetta sunnudagskvöld og þessi dagur hefur verið bara hrein geðveiki, sko. Virkileg geðveiki. Prodigy lenti í vesenni upp á Keflavíkurflugvelli sem við gátum reynda leyst og svo var ég að klára núna að leysa með öðrum að sjálfsögðu. Við vorum að leysa smá mál með Björk, sko.
Hvaða mál voru það?
Okkur vantaði hérna ákveðna græju sem var ekki á svæðinu og svo loksins gátu við redda henni. Þannig að hún ætti að fara að byrja eftir svona kannski 10-15 mínútur. Og þú veist, þegar Björk búinn og þegar Prodigy eru búnir og við erum búin að segja bless og svona þá held ég að allir verið mjög fegnir, sko.
En fáið þið peningarna tilbaka?
Mér finnst það ekkert issue. Ég held að það sé bara mjög góð fjárfesting fyrir framtíðina. Við fengum alveg súpu af blaðamönnum og sjónvarpsstöðvum frá útlöndum og þú veist, allir tala æðislega vel um okkur og allir eru voða hressir og hérna, ég held að það sé fjárfestingin og næsta ár gerast hlutinni.
How has the festival been for you?
Oh, it's been great. We really enjoyed playing here. I thought Friday night was excellent and all the nights, and it's great to be in such a beautiful environment, lovely scenery, beautiful landscape. And we're enjoying it mighty fine.
So are you happy with your concert last night?
Yeah, it's great. It went really well. They seem to like us a bit down here, so that makes it a bit easier, but they're really appreciative. It's great. I'm really shocked there's not at least 10,000 people with Bjork and Prodigy, who are both top 10 artists all over the world. It's quite amazing there isn't more people. I think everyone's quite surprised, really. Everybody.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, thanks a lot, David. Okay, cheers.
Thank you.
From a log cabin.
Festival is going on, but we just can't be there. You're not cold, are you?
No, I'm as warm as toast. I've just come back from Sweden. It's 34 degrees out there, and out here it's about, what, 2, 3?
Minus?
Yeah, but, you know, I'm still feeling warm because, you know, I'm happy.
Oh, nice wise words to start the show with. Anyway, first of all, about the festival, are you guys, I don't really understand it, are you guys the organisers of this all, or not? You are, kind of, are you?
Yeah, it was part of the organisation. We coordinated all the UK end, brought the bands over, and really ruined it for them. No, I'm joking.
No, why Iceland? Why? Who came with this idea to just do a festival in the middle of nowhere as well, in between a bunch of mad rocks and waterfalls? Great location, but who thought of this?
Well, I suppose it started off when our American label called us up and said, you know, when's the next album coming out? And we haven't actually recorded anything, so we said, well, you know, how about a live album? Because that's what, you know, what we most enjoy really at the moment is playing live. And then, like 2 days later, somebody called up and said the guys from Innisphere had said they'd had a great time in Iceland. So we phoned up the promoters in Iceland and said, right, we're going to come out and do a live album. We're going to do a tour. We did the tour, and the place just blew us away. So we said, you know, what goes on here? And they said, well, in August, there's this time where there's this weekend where everybody just goes to the countryside and has a good time. So we'd said, well, let's just put on a festival and get lots of techno over, and, you know, introduce people to the British music, and here we are, really.
And they seem to love it. It's quite mad, actually, because everywhere you drive out, even like not within a festival, there's just tents everywhere. Everyone seems to be camping. It is madness.
Totally insane.
By the way, something completely different. Before we go into the video, where did you guys get the name from, Drum Club? Anything, a special story behind that one? Or?
From Sunderland.
Yeah, well, I was when I was at college in Sunderland, up in the north of England, we used to go to this club called the Drum Club, and they just played like everything from punk rock to funk to disco and everything. And that was in 1984. And then when the sort of acid house Balearic thing happened, there was a obvious connection, because it was a sort of unpretentious, quite a free sort of thing. And so we started the club and we started the band at the same time, and that's essentially where the name came.
Because they had a club too called the Drum Club. I did like that. It's gone now. But anyway, let's go and watch one of your videos. You Make Me Feel. What do you make me feel?
So good.
So good.
Lol Hammond, Charlie Hall, say the hum hum, say the hum hum, say the Drum Club, Drum Club.
As we were saying earlier on, nowadays people who are into dance music, they make the music, they DJ it, they've got the clubs, they've got the label. I mean, you lot are another one in that bunch. What's happening? What's happening with the MIDI circus, with the label, with all, you know, with the big MIDI circus tour that you did?
With the idea, yeah, we definitely want to develop on that and try and do something again along those lines. It's just getting a build that's as interesting as we had last time, which is very hard.
Yeah.
Because people like Orbital and Aphex have all sort of gone their own way. It was a bit more of a sort of family scene or whatever, and everyone's, like Orbital just gone out on quite a normal sort of rock toury with a support band, so it's trying to get those exciting people together again, which is really hard. It's pretty unique at the time, really.
But then it'll happen again.
Oh, definitely. But we don't want to follow it with something that's a bit sort of substandard, if you know what I mean.
No. It's got to be as good as or better.
Yeah, it has, because a lot of people got some good memories of that. It's really proud of that.
And what about the label?
Well, new Drum Club single's just about to come out on the label, as it is known now as MC Projects.
Oh, right.
We got a single called Bug that's just coming out, remixed by Steve Bicknell. And we're just, with the label, we're just trying to promote, you know, underground acts from everywhere. We've got people from Japan, from Sweden, Italy, a lot of people from England, you know, mostly sort of first-time people. and Lol and me do a remix on every track, and you know, just trying to kind of develop, you know, new angles and new ideas, and keep the whole English underground scene going, really.
I always wonder, when do these guys all sleep? They just keep going and... Oh, no, you can't. You won't have time to sleep. You're so busy. Well, anyway, we're now going to play a track that was like a reaction against the whole criminal justice bill.
Talking about that.
It didn't really work, did it? Tried to stop it all and still went through.
We was a little bit late with that one, actually, but it did get a lot of publicity and it did raise a lot of money, which we give to Liberty to fight the cause of taking it to the European human rights courts of justice. But yeah, I mean, it's just a terrible bill, and we just had to do something. I'd hate to be older and look back and think I didn't do anything, so just try to give it our best, really.
Well, and here's that track, Repetitive Beats. Run over to the shops and buy this album. It's the latest Drum Club album. Now, what else is going to happen with you guys? Anything else? I mean, we've kind of spoken about almost everything you guys are doing, haven't we? Have we missed out on anything yet?
Actually, everything. We're just about to start recording a new album, I suppose. We're just about to go on another tour, Sabertooth Dog Tour, that basically Lol knows more about. Maybe he can talk about it a bit.
That's going to be a link up between Saberettes and Megadog. We're going to go out on this tour, and it'll be quite a rocking tour. We're going to have Andrew Weatherall DJing, first time he's ever played with Megadog, and even Carl Cox. It's going to be a really mad tour. So that might be a bit of a follow-up to the Mini Circus. Really sort of exciting.
Is that going to be just in Britain or all over?
Start off in Britain, but hopefully take it to Europe. It will be a really good tour. It will be excellent.
Nice. Well, you just basically got to go and watch out for that. Anything else you want to say, shout, do, or...
No. Just keep it underground, keep it going on, really, basically. Hey.
In the name of the Drum Club. Make sure you do. Thanks so much for being on the show. And I think we're going to go back outside now, back into the cold, and dance like nutters and keep ourselves warm. If you guys, if you go out tonight, have a wicked time, and I'll see you back next week. Thank you.
see your music going in the future?
Professor. It's always going in the same direction. We're trying to re-find the primal Icelandic funk that came here with like the lava and the papas. The papas used to be here, the lava and the papas. And they, I think, were like the big funk thing, you know, back in ancient times. So we're trying to find this groove and instill it back into the Icelandic people because they deserve that.
Would you say you're a natural born leader?
Definitely, yes. I was born 7,000 years ago and I've been a leader since.
And how do the rest of the band feel about this?
How do you feel? How do you feel?
It's great.
It's fucking great.
Á sviðinu held ég að stemmingin hafi verið asskoti góð. Það var svona eins og, já, hvað maður að segja, fín æfing, fín boxæfing, góð keisla. Ég var líka ánægður með stemminguna út af flötinni. Þetta var í fyrsta skipti í dag sem að fjöldinn hreyfðist. Ég trúi því líka að menn verða að fara sko á sviðið með það hugafar að við ráðum ferðinni. Það þýðir ekki að fara á sviðið og segja krakkar hoppið og maður bara að dúlla sér á sviðinu. Ég held að það skipti miklu máli að þau finni það að maður sé kominn til þess að skemmta þeim.
Menn voru að gera því skóna fyrir hátíðina að bandi eins og GCD, rockgrúpa, hún ætti kannski ekki heima á svona techno-hátíð ef maður kallaði sem svo. Hverju viltu svara svona gagnrýni?
Ég er búinn að svarinni. Búinn að æfi 8 vikur. Ég æfi 6 daga vikunar, ég æfi 2 tíma á dag, ég boxa og ég lifti. Og til þess að geta gert þetta sem ég var að gera í kvöld á sviðinu þarf það að vera í formi. Í gamla daga þá fór ég bara inn á klósett og henti hálfgramm á kókín yfir og gerði þetta, en ég var líka búinn í 2-3 daga eftir á. Ég held að aldur skipta ekki máli í sambandi við rocktónlist. Sjáðu bara Neil Young sem dæmi og svona getum við lengi talið. Ég held að aðalmálið sé það að þú sett heill, að þú sett heiðarlegur í því sem þú ert að gera og það sem þú gerir eins vel og frekast hægt og jafnvel aðeins betra en hinnir gera það.
Normally I DJ when Primal Scream do a tour. You know, I go on tour with them or a DJ. And they were doing this as DJs and they don't normally do it. We've formed a team of DJs now. It's like me, Andrew from the band, Bobby, Murray and Grant. And there's 5 of us, you know, we're just going to go around now doing DJ gigs, so it's cheaper than getting a band together, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
never been to Iceland. I've been to Finland in 1978 with Motorhead, and they got arrested at the airport, and that's the closest I've ever got, you know. And I thought, well, Iceland's a bit nearer the North Pole. Yeah, you know, I've never been there, and I'm really glad I came though. You know, 'cause everybody's really nice, you know, and I like DJing anyway. You know what I mean? I DJ in Iceland one night and then the local pub the next. You know what I mean? It's sort of, I don't make the difference to me. In 1976 I was going around with the Clash, you know, and the Sex Pistols, so I did this magazine and I used to go on the road with these bands like the Clash and Susie and the Banshees and Blondie and the Ramones and just write about what happened, you know, and did that for a few years. Then I went through the 80s just living with youth, you know, I did a bit of tour managing, then I lived in New York for 5 years. I was really into hip-hop and there's nothing happening in the UK, so I thought I'd go to New York. 5 years there, working for Tommy Boy Records, you know, and sort of knocking about with Rick Rubin and Public Enemy and LL Cool J and De La Soul and all that lot. And then I got mugged. She got me a plane ticket home. I came back and found out that Acid House had happened, so, which I'd missed, you know. So I had to do like a crash course and sort of catch up, you know. And that's how I met like Weatherall and the Orb, and we just sort of took it from there, you know. My favourite group's the Stones, apart from Primal Scream. You know, I've been seeing the Stones now for 27 years, you know, and I went to see them last week at Brixton. I don't know, you know, it's just been like a riot, this thing. You know?
What time did you go to bed this morning?
Well, I don't know really. I woke up in it, so I must have got in there at some point.
When are you playing?
I'm doing this fashion show in about, you know, half an hour whenever this band get off. Oi, what time is that thing going to happen now?
Like 10 minutes to 6.
Right, there's another band on now, isn't there?
Yeah.
Right.
But I mean, I'm sure we can figure this all out.
Yeah. Just give us a shout about 10 minutes before you want me up there, yeah?
Okay, no problem.
Right.
Thanks.
Sorry about that.
That's alright.
Said they were suckers. They wanted me for their army or whatever. Picture me, give it a damn. I said never. It was a land that never gave a damn about a brother like me and myself, because I never did. I wasn't with it, but just that very minute it occurred to me the suckers had authority. Cold sweating as I dwell in my cell. How long has it been? They got me sitting in a state then. I gotta get up what I thought was taught before. I contemplated a plan on the cell floor. I'm not a fugitive on the run. I'm not.
Okay, what brought you here?
I don't know, the excitement of 24 hours of daylight and the music, you know, the people.
So what do you think of Iceland so far?
It's beautiful. As you can see, it's just fantastic, you know. I mean, you've got the glaciers over there, and just the scenery is just so breathtaking, isn't it? It is.
How long are you staying for?
I'm flying back on Monday. It's a bit of a short one, but I'm coming back, definitely. I'm a bit of a star around here, being the only black guy around here, so, you know, I'm going to milk it next year.
And have you enjoyed the festival so far?
So far it's been brilliant. You know, they're so warm, they just make you feel at home. In fact, it just gets too much because they just smother you, you know, in a friendship. It's just great.
If you'd like. That's my hobby.
Well, why did you come here? What brought you here?
It's really hot in London. No, I've always wanted to go to Iceland. Spiritually, it always sounded like a fascinating place. Same as like some parts of England, like the South Downs and Glastonbury and same like that. It feels like that here. I want to go and look at mud pools and hot geysers and things like that tomorrow. I used to work with Anne Clark, and I worked with Psychic TV and Jar Wobble and On You Sound and all sorts. And now I'm working with all the Sabres crew and Emissions label, and it's really nice to get out to Iceland finally. We were told that it was perpetual daylight. It was always daylight here, and somebody lied.
We are receiving the sheep of the passions. All to escape the Christ. Support, praise. We thank God for the real majesty and the blessings of the day. The try is good, and His mercies everlasting, and His truth endure to all nations. Rise or down, no hopes.
We are Atari Teenage Riot. And I'm Alec Empire.
I'm Hanin.
And I'm Carl Craig. We thought that techno and all this dance music is pretty dead, so we wanted to form a real band, like a techno-punk band of whatever you want to call it, and so we formed Atari Teenage Riot.
How many albums have you out?
One. It's called 195.
No, 1995.
It's a bit like a mix of punk and hardcore techno.
And when you were younger, were you all punks?
Me, yes.
Yeah, I was playing in a punk band. I was involved in hip-hop.
So this is quite a departure for you.
Oh no, it's just the energy is the same.
Have you been mixing with the locals?
Yeah, they come up to us and sometimes, and they remember us from this magazine which is around because they saw the photo.
Yeah,
or perhaps they know the record.
People were all very drunk and very strange, but we liked them. So
Yeah.
different.
We gave autographs.
Yeah, we gave autographs.
That's excellent. That's real rock and roll.
Yeah, but
Atari Teenage Riot!
I will be more successful in all those that went before me because the time is right, the season is right, you are right, the conditions are right. We must go free now! Now is the time!
Change. It's a new world,
will be sorry.
What did you say? Atari Teenage Riot! All for ultimate fuckers! Freedom for ultimate finest! Sex for ultimate fires! Television today! Never lies! Atari Teenage Riot!
What your part in this organization is?
For the last 3 or 4 months I've been organizing the festival with Kitty and Biggie and Þormóður and all the guys at UXA. This is a company which was started about 6 months ago, and we've been trying our best to promote, you know, British and foreign bands and DJs in Iceland, and you know, just trying to, you know, make the scene here a little bit brighter, you know, new bands, new blood.
How do you think so far that the festival has gone?
This is probably the best organized festival I've seen yet. You know, people are drunk and it may look chaotic, but it isn't.
Today, has there been any big problems, or has there been any big problems at all at the festival?
The biggest problem with outdoor festivals are rapes. That's a well-known fact, that a lot of girls get raped at festivals. You know, they pass out and, you know, things happen. But we are very lucky, not one incident yet.
That's quite shocking. I never thought of that as a problem.
No, it's not that shocking, because what we have here is a 4,000 people community which is more or less drunk all the time, 24 hours a day, so things can happen. We're lucky if no one gets killed.
7 years now. 2 albums, 7 years. Not bad. It's just such a weird mixture of music, but I think it makes more sense here because there's less people taking drugs and they're all just getting drunk, you know, and really pissed, so they'd like dance to anything that was they can stand up. Anything with sort of some energy, but I've never seen so many paralytic kids in my life. You have to give them a 10-metre wide berth.
We just spent the whole night ricocheting off people, and you turn around to see if someone just sort of nudged you and they'd just be on their back. It's just like this sort of dodging kind of thing going off everywhere.
I don't think this would work here in England as well because everyone, for a dance festival, everyone would be up, you know, and guitars just sound too harsh, you know.
Like this anthem that we wrote a few years ago that we dig out every so often, and we've kind of put a hefty beat behind it, and we're just gonna, it's about 20 minutes long or something, and we're just gonna like blast that one out at the end. It's kind of a trancey guitar thing, so if they're not on their backs by the end of it, then I want to know why.
are you doing here?
I've come with Bandulu, who are a band from Hornsey, from London, inner city, multicultural London, techno with ragga and roots, and they're really good, they're really brilliant. They've got attitude, they're performers.
You doing something with Bandulu?
Oh, I manage them, yeah. Oh, I manage them, I'm the manager, yeah, that's why
That's why you're here?
So that's why I'm here, yeah. But that's the trouble with dance, you see, because it's not sufficient a spectacle. People want to be entertained. I mean, it's song and dance, isn't it? The circus comes into town, yeah, and people expect to be entertained. They want a show, they want dynamic, they want something exciting. Whereas a lot of the time, dance-based bands aren't sufficiently exciting because they don't have that performance aspect sussed out, with the obvious exception of Prodigy, who understand the mechanics of working a crowd up.
Jackson! Yay! Við erum komin til að skemmta okkur, ekki búin að vera góð helgi?
It is a brain
I came there with my bass player. We talked about music and everything. And then we came around another corner and we saw really 10 beautiful blonde girls, Scandinavian girls, nearly undressed, having their own recorder and were dancing in the grass and jumping and screaming and everything. I thought, Andy, look, is this right? Is this paradise or is it still Iceland?
Together as a band?
For a year or something.
And what sort of scene did you come out of? What are your influences?
I don't know. Punk, mostly, I think.
Because you've got quite a unique sound going on there.
Yeah.
Got a big following?
Not very big now, but it's maybe all the following was there, you know.
Oh, 200 people.
Yeah, something like that.
Do you like this sort of thing? I mean, what do you think of this sort of thing happening in Iceland?
I like it very much. I hope it will be again next year because it's a good thing.
All these Icelandic kids getting drunk.
Yeah, it's a good thing.
Tell me about this drinking thing that the Icelandic people have.
Well, we mostly get drunk like 2 times a week or something. And that's over the weekend. We don't drink like on work days like some other nations do.
This idea to be so operatic in your singing?
I don't know. I just that's just the music that comes out of my head. You know, it's like, maybe I'm influenced by it. I don't know. My father was a church organist, and he is. But so I have grown up on a pretty operatic music. I know that I will be creating music forever, you know, till I die. So I don't know. I mean, I just continue. No, I haven't toured actually. I play occasional gigs and in Reykjavik, and I went to London in last April. Played one concert.
Where did you play?
The Rock Garden. Have you been there?
Yeah.
But it was a good place. You know.
They liked it. Did they like you?
Yeah, they like me. And I like them.
So do you think we'll see you down the front dancing later on tonight?
Maybe.
Are you a techno DJ?
I am a techno DJ, yes. It's a bloody good job I am after that question, isn't it? My origins in techno, years and years ago, I was really bored with the music scene as it was in England, like all progressive nonsense. And a friend of mine told me to go to a club, there's a gay club called Trade. And there were these two guys there that played there every week, and they played just like really, really, really fabulous hard techno. It was the first time I'd ever really heard it properly, and I was just like, I was smitten. I was in love. And that was it. This is going back about 5 years now. And ever since then, I just haven't looked back.
And were you a DJ before?
Yes, I was a DJ before.
What did you DJ before that?
Oh, sort of, you know, in the days of all those Italian scream ups and everything, you know, everywhere, even me. No, you know, just anything that I liked at the time, sort of happy and get your hands in the air business. But I got really bored with it very quickly. Unfortunately, most of the population of the country haven't got bored with it yet.
And what brought you here?
Nina Walsh from Sabrettes. She brought me here. It's basically, you wouldn't be able to do this sort of thing in England, would you? What with the criminal justice bill and all the rest of it, you can't do this sort of shit. So basically, opportunity to get into a field, play some music really loud, let everyone enjoy themselves, have a good time. Yeah, let's do it. Just go to any field, and Iceland seemed like as good a place as any.
This was a bit difficult project from the beginning because, like I said, this has never been done before, and all of the people we spoke to were very excited, said, yeah, this is a great idea, but they were not willing to support us. All of them said, if this goes well, talk to us and we'll do it next year and we'll support you. So somebody told me that the Icelandic Tourist Council, they're going to have this one of the biggest projects for them for the coming year, next year.
Excellent.
If I do this again next year, like I'm hoping to do, I'm gonna have try to have like 3 headline bands each night, then 3 a bit smaller bands, and then maybe 3 smaller bands. So instead of dealing maybe with 100 artists, we're gonna deal with maybe 6 or 9 bands. It's gonna make it much easier and much easier for us to focus.
This weekend, has there been any major problems?
No major problems, many small problems, but expected.
What kind of things have you had to deal with?
You know, the vegetarians, food, sightseeing tours, you know, there are a lot of people who are not paying the ticket, and this and that.
Oi, I'm a vegetarian.
Yeah? Been happy with the food?
It's been delicious.
Yeah.
think of this sort of thing? Would you like to see it happen more, or?
Yeah, I would. But I would like them to see. I would like to see, the dance scene, isolated from the rock scene. I don't think it mixes well,
Do you think that the people in Iceland are ready for this sort of thing?
Some of them, yeah, because this dance music has been here a long time. It's been, it's grown now, it's taken 2 years, just to explode like this. Everybody's listening to it, it's played in the radio stations and stuff. Once it was just underground, it's just clubs and stuff. And now it's more, everybody listens to it, but not everybody knows how to take it,
What do you mean by that?
Just not everybody knows how to act, because, not everybody knows how to, express how they like the music, because they get really drunk and then they just die, You don't enjoy music that way,
So you weren't a teenage drinker then?
No.
How old are you actually?
I'm 18. I started singing at 7, because my father is a singer.
Tell me what position you hold in this and what you've been doing for the past few months.
I hold the position as an advisor in this UXA project of 95, simply.
And what do you do?
What do I do? I don't know what I do, but what I'm doing, I seem to be doing. So I don't really know what I'm doing. But what I have been doing has been like, getting conned into doing this, being an advisor. No, not really conned, but just to take a look at things in a wider perspective and try to make this thing really gel together so it can really happen, because a thing like this has never been done this scale in Iceland, and it's the 4 guys that do it, Biggie, Uli, Þormóður and Kitty, who are doing this, and I'm just an advisor. I'm just behind the scenes. I'm not really behind the scenes, but I just take a look at what they're doing, and I use the information they choose to give me to say it doesn't work, and then they do it because then it works. It's going fabulously. I'm happy.
I'm glad you're happy. You're going to do it next year?
No.
You're not?
No. I never say no. No, I always say no. I think we can do here, if I had aspirations for anything like this, this is the perfect venue. I've never seen a better venue. Over there is a glacier behind that curtain. I've never seen such a good venue. It's really funny because Thor, who's playing in the band Önun, he just told me, "Oh Einar, this really reminds me of a festival in Germany," and I said, "Yeah Thor, thank you, bye."
Yeah. Okay. You got it. Okay, næsta lag þetta lag sem hafið örugglega heyrt í útvarpinu.
Something but
til lengur kanta neitt Líka fasta pítsu fyrir einn Þó ég reyna að gleyma Get man on my Nú aðeins einn sem ég get sagt Ástin Dugir að eilífu Ástin Og dugir að eilífu Og dugir að eilífu Ástin Dugir að eilífu Ástin Dugir að eilífu Ástin Dugir að eilífu I love you!
As you know, of course, this is the first time an international festival is held in Iceland. There have been this weekend is special, you already heard that. Yeah. This is a special long weekend. Everybody goes outside in the countryside, everybody gets drunk, everybody does something. But this is a first time happening here with these, bands from abroad. And if it will work, I haven't heard that it won't. I think it will actually. So this will be a happening yearly, hopefully. So we'll be here next year.
Excellent. And you think it's good for the scene in Iceland for this to happen?
It is. It's a big thing. People really amazed that some people actually did it. People have been talking about things like that. But there is this Reading Festival in outside of London. and in Reading, and this Roskilde in Denmark, Hróarskelda in Icelandic. This is the first time this is done in Iceland, and people didn't just think of it as an idea, they actually did it. I mean, I like the atmosphere here. People are quite pleased with the weather as well. I mean, the weather is important. It is.
Very, very hot.
Sunny!
Well, I got friends in low places where the whiskey drowns and the beer chases my blues away. And it'll be okay, 'cause I'm not big on social graces. Let me slip on down to the oasis. Yeah, I got friends in low places.
Thank you very much.
Anytime.
We came out here in April. We did a little tour and we liked it so much. We were chatting with Kiddy, who is a promoter over here, and he was saying, oh, there's this festival that you should play at. And we kind of went, well, what sort of music is getting played? And he told us it's all folk music and, you know, occasional knackered rock band. And so we said, well, why don't we just bring all our mates and have a techno festival instead?
Tell me about your music. Are you up for talking about your music?
Yeah, no problems at all. Well, we started, I suppose, kind of influenced by house and techno and dub reggae and that sort of progressive house time, and we've progressed, but we've now do progressive house. and it's just sort of experimental music. When we play live, we don't play like set songs. We just kind of jam around an idea. It's more like we're doing dub mixes. We just rearrange the songs every time we do them live. It confuses a lot of people. They don't know, you know. I know a lot of people like to kind of go, oh yeah, and here comes, you know, that song we love so much. Well, we don't give them any of that. We just give them something weird and kind of experimental, hopefully, something to get them going.
Say the hum hum! Say the hum hum! Say the drum club! Drum club!
I'm sitting with Lol and Nina, and I'd like you both to tell me about what you do here first of all, what your role is.
Good question.
Yeah, it's quite a good question. Well, I'm half of a band that played here on Friday night at the Drum Club, and basically me and Nina sort of helped organising from the UK end. We brought in most of the British bands, are all friends of ours.
3 or 4 of the bands are on my label and favourites, so we managed to sort that side of things out.
And you're looking at, well, you've been a bit hectic today, what's been going on?
You wouldn't want to know.
So have you got anything really positive to say about this weekend?
Really? No, I'm joking.
It's been an excellent weekend.
No, it's been a lovely weekend.
The bands have all sounded good.
Yeah, and they've had a great time. I really enjoyed it.
Why are you here?
Because my parents sort of like come together. No, we're here because we're like
pretty cool, isn't it?
Fucking cool.
Yes,
Yeah, I love
Iceland's
pretty cool. They're the best looking women in the world.
For sure. Probably the
If I was a girl, I'd be a lesbian.
The reason why we come here is try just because we don't normally travel around different countries and try and get through the customs and see which one we can get through. And
We're writing a
this
book
is the
on
hardest one
airports.
to get through, so we managed it.
We're writing a book on baggage handling in airports and trolleys. You find normally your basic Munich trolley, when you first get off the plane, is pretty small. All right for hand baggage, and once you get down to the actual baggage control, it's like...
We're gonna give you some fucking shit! Oh my God, that's the fucking shit! We're gonna get funky on you! Are you ready now? Are you ready? You're ready for the bass drum? Are you ready for the bass drum? Here it comes!
That's it. Yeah, it was alright. We like it.
Yeah, it was good. I really enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Icelandic punters?
Original.
It's not actually that wise to do an interview once we've come off stage because we're all sort of a bit missing really, aren't we?
we're all messed up and shit.
It's a pleasure to have you missing.
We're crazy, kooky kids. Crazy, kooky, mixed up kids.
We're all just as mad as a brush.
You are
One brush.
crazy. Crazy, you hear
are
me?
so
Crazy.
No, Leroy, you are crazy.
You are crazy. Crazy, you hear me?
Crazy.
Crazy.
You are crazy. So crazy. You are so crazy.
Kitty's trying to grow an afro and it's coming on very nice. If you can get a side profile, it's got a good 10 millimetres there.
Have you got your card?
Give it 3 months and I'll have a nice...
Your card limb handy?
It's nice
Card
little
fries,
nice little... No, it'll be similar to this.
And that's the law.
Don't know what the Beatles were on about, mate, when they said 8 days a week.
8 days a week, mate. Anyone knows it's only 7 days. 7 days a week.
It's the law.
It's the law.
What we're dealing with here is a total lack of respect for the law.
This is where everybody here tonight rocks like fuck. Even the security. Thank you, that's you. I want to see you rocking. We're gonna leave it with you. This is going down to the crystal surface of your airport. Go!
I like to say I'm actually going to steal this jumper. Don't know whose it is, but I'm stealing it.
Just
so
pure
if it's
action
yours,
man business.
Come and get it.
Kitty, I think it's Jamiroquai.
I was going to say that.
As soon as he said that, I took mine off Chris
Bonington's.
It might be
Behind
Jamiroquai's
you.
actually, but Jamiroquai actually wears things like this on his head. I don't diss Jamiroquai.
No.
I like it's Chris, man. It's bad.
I think it's about an 8 as well.
Jamiroquai Adidas 8, which is a bit, nips me a bit. I've got Adidas, these are 8s.
Nipping.
Yeah, they're nipped just a little bit there, but I mean, that doesn't, there was no messing around, I was straight in, I said 8s. Oi, give me some 8s, alright? And it was in, boxed up, and we was out, weren't we? How long was we?
Give you some 8s.
You know,
I was giving him a bit of backup, wasn't it? A bit of backup. We all went in. We all went in there.
I went in there, I had my boys behind me like this. We just all went in there.
Oi,
It was like,
oi,
give me some 8s.
Give me some 8s, alright? 8!
Who wants it, right?
We want some 8s. Oi! Oi! Behind the camera. 8!
Sort him out.
Give me some 8s.
Sort him out. Sort him out.
They gave me a box of After 8s. I couldn't believe it, I was in a sweet shop.
But yeah, we went next door though.
Yeah, and I got some shoes.
Look, look. Eight. You don't believe us. You don't believe us. Eight. You know what comes after eights, don't you? Nines! Alright! Fucking nines! Calm down, man. I want to see everybody jumping!
Exactly.
Another beer.
No, seriously, we had a good time here.
Yeah.
Iceland is really good.
Yeah, we had a great time.
We played here and really cool.
When did you play before?
About 8 months ago. Yeah. Wasn't it?
Stupid, man. It was about a year ago.
No, it wasn't, man. 8 months.
John, when there was a day called done Universe, wasn't it? Tribal Gathering.
Well, no,
you're live.
You're tripping.
I'm tripping. Yeah, we love festivals.
It was about a week ago, I think, wasn't it?
My favourite one was
7 days.
I love a
That's
hot.
the law.
Who wants more? I said who wants more? Are you sure, Iceland? I said, are you sure? Bring me the poison! Yeah! Wow! Yeah! Let me hear you! I got the poison! I got the remedy! I got the poison, the miracle remedy! I got the poison! I got the remedy! I got the poison, the miracle remedy! I got the poison! I got the remedy! I got the poison, the miracle remedy! I got the poison! I got the remedy! I got the poison, the miracle remedy! Wow! Yeah! Break that up. Look at the poison. I got the remedy. Look at the poison, the miracle remedy. Look at the poison. I got the remedy. Look at the poison, the miracle remedy. Look at the poison. I got the remedy. I got the poison, the miracle remedy. I got the poison. I got the remedy. I got the poison. Wow! Yeah! Bring me the poison! Take me the diamond! I've got the poison! I've got the venom! Poison the river! Yeah! Wait for it! Wait for it! Drill! The push-up! Boom! Yeah! Boom, boom! Bah! Boom! Yeah! Look at the poison! Look at the poison! Look at the poison! Look at the poison! Look at the poison, the remake or remedy! Look at the venom! Look at the poison!
Could I just quickly invite you to do some acid and shoot the stars to this tune? Don't know.
What would you like to talk about?
Me? My mind is so plastered from the events that have been happening over this 3-day gathering that I couldn't even contemplate discussing any issues at the moment.